Good afternoon everyone. Kami po ang Group 1 and we're going to present to you about the rituals and ceremonies of Central Luzon. Kapag titingnan natin sa mapa ng Pilipinas, ito ay nasa gitnang Luzon. Ito ay kinabibilangan ng mga probinsya at syudad ng Tarlac, Nueva Ecija, Aurora, Zambales, Pampanga, Bulacan, at Bataan. Rituals and ceremonies ng mga taga-Kapampangan. Ito ay ang mga kapatid natin sa Pampanga at Tarlac. Yun din yung tawag sa kanilang lingwahe. Pampango or Kapampangan. Very rich din ang kanilang tradition at culture na hanggang ngayon meron pa rin nagpo-practice ng mga ritual na ito. Una kong i-share is yung meron silang birth practice or ritual na kapag malapit na daw na ipanganak ang bata, mag-iingay sila. Gagawa sila ng noise. Pwedeng sisigaw sila. Pwedeng mag-iingay using ng mga cans, ng mga lata. Pwedeng mag-fire din sila ng mga paputok or firecrackers kasi naniniwala sila na mas mabilis daw na lumabas yung bata sa sinapupunan ng ina. Wala kasing na-mention na parang pangalan doon sa ritual na yun, pero isa yun sa kanilang mga birth practices ritual. Sa baptismal naman, kapag ipapabinyag ang bata, yung mga damit ng baby ay parang ikikip nila bilang souvenir. Ipapa-frame nila ito at ihahang nila sa kanilang sala. Yung parang i-display nila sa kanilang sala na parang art. Yun. Sila pala yung mga naniniwala din sa meron din silang ritual na pamanhikan. Yung parang pag alam na natin yan, no? Self-explanatory, or yung parang kung ang lalaki gusto niyang mapangasawang babae, pumunta siya sa bahay ng babae para ligawan din ang kanyang magulang at hingin ang kamay ng kanilang dalagang or babaeng anak sa kanyang mga magulang. Okay. And meron din silang ritual na kapag death and burial, tawag nila doon makipaglame, siguro makipaglamay ito sa Tagalog. Ito yung ang belief nila is 3 days and 2 nights, which is very common. And also, lahat nakikipag-participate sa libing or interment. Meron din silang ritual na tinatawag na parang vigil. Tawag nila doon ay pasyam. Parang 9 days na dahil nga religious din ang ating mga Kapampangan brothers and sisters. Nagdadasal sila ng sacredly. Yung rosary para sa kanilang mahal sa buhay na namatay na. Ng 9 days. Tapos kapag first death anniversary, may tawag silang Lucas Paldas, meaning tinatanggal nila yung dress or parang pag yung first death anniversary, nagpe-prepare sila ng kainan. Yung parang naka-move on na sila sa pamamaalam ng kanilang mahal sa buhay na sumalangit na. And meron din silang tinatawag na pangadi or prayer observance na yun nga, madasalin kasi sila. So, ang dami, very rich talaga sila sa mga ritual na solemn and sacred beliefs na ito. Yun. Okay. Ito, ang dami nilang sa kanila pala din, sa mga Kapampangan din pala yung sa nuno, mag-ingat ka dyan kasi baka may apakan kang nuno sa bunso. Diba? Pag pag magkakasakit ka at kung ano-ano man. Okay. Second, sa kanila din pala yung mangkukulam. Parang flesh and blood ng powerful, dreadful na may kakayahan na parang witchcraft. Meron din silang pinapaniwala ang parang dun sa may mga bamboo, meron daw tiyanaka na nakatira doon. Naniniwala din sila sa duwende, spirit that assume that the form of man. Yung parang may mga duwende, may mga kapri din silang pinaniniwalaan, mangkukutod. Ito naman yung yung parang, ito daw yung parang legend ng isang sangkatuhan na may na kaya niyang i-separate yung katawan niya ay yung ulo niya sa kanyang katawan, mangkukutod. Yun. Okay. And also, sa kanila din yung belief din nila na kapag Pasko, gumagawa sila ng parol or lanterns. Gumagawa din sila ng, dahil nga sila ang culinary capital ng Pilipinas, ang dami nilang mga pagkain na talagang they really respect it, yung paggawa ng pagkain, ng mga masasarap na pagkain, tulad ng mga rice cake, sweets, snacks, and madami pang mga iba't ibang delicacies. Yun. And also, Kapampangan are they take pride sa kanilang culture kasi naniniwala sila na silang first, meron silang paniniwala na they're the first one na katutubong Pilipino na nakapag-aral dahil nga sila ay inokupa ng Spaniards before at magaling sila politically.
The Obando fertility rites ay isang dance ritual na ginaganap sa Obando, Bulacan every May. At naging isang Catholic festival na rin ito na ginaganap sa Bulacan. At yung mga sumasayaw dito, yung costume na sinusot nila is yung pambansang kasuotan ng Pilipinas, which is yung baro at saya. Sumasayaw sila sa street sa Obando to honor yung three patrons nila na si San Pascual, Santa Clara, and Nuestra Señora de Salambao. The Obando Fertility Dance is a dance festival where couples who hope to be blessed by children perform street dances in long procession. It is believed that couples who were having a hard time na magkaroon ng baby is ina-encourage nila na sumayaw at i-honor yung three patrons na sinabi ko kanina. The fertility dance supposedly originated from a Christian celebration called Kasilunawan. Kasi sinabi ko kanina, isa siyang Catholic festival, pero dapat pala is in-originate siya as a pre-Christian celebration. Kaya, ayun, maraming na-encourage na pumunta, lalo na sa mga umaasa magkaroon ng baby. Kaya pupunta pa sila doon kahit taga-ibang lugar sila para lang sumayaw doon kasi nagkakaroon sila ng hard time magkaroon ng baby. Kaya, ayun, malakas yung paniniwala nila na kapag sumayaw kami dito, parang magkakaroon kami ng baby, ganun. Next one is the Kip. The Kip is a Lenten tradition of Bulacan. The Kip is a Filipino word which is arrest or to abduct. This is a special event na ginaganap every Holy Week or Lenten season only sa municipality of Bulacan. And from the word itself, makikita natin na, ma-identify natin kung ano yung sinisignify nito. Ayun, it is a play on how Jesus Christ was captured. According sa mga residentes sa Bulacan, it's been a part of their rich culture at it is just a one of the tradition which gives a huge impact sa religious beliefs nila. Pero hindi sa lahat ng barangay sa Bulacan ay kailangan gawin to. But the local parish is the one who gives location where this event could be held. According to my research, a group of people from the local parish will create a list that contains the names of the men who are member of their group, and then they will pick a name of who will be abducted on the selected date. Mostly, pumipili sila around 6 p.m. tuwing Thursday. Ayun. The other group members will find the chosen one and will be brought to the church where the event will start. And it will followed by repentance while some of the people were hitting the chosen one by a palm leaves. The chosen one will bring a huge cross sa balikat and he will walk a few meters going to a parish church where the play will end.
Hello everyone, good afternoon, good day. Okay, so for me, I would want to share to you about the short rituals and ceremonies from the Zambales area, which is part also of the central Catagalogan side. Okay, so let's start with the rituals. Every year, during the All Saints and All Souls Day, the people of San Narciso in Zambales Mount Street corner shrines of light materials to honor their departed loved ones. The shrines, called tumba, the Spanish word for tomb, are fully decorated with flowers, images of saints, and other appurtenances, where the townspeople gather for prayers. Okay, so local historian Liberato Ramos said the age-old folk Catholicism tradition was brought from Pauya in Ilocos Norte, where most San Narciso residents' ancestors came from. Okay, so their rituals were based from Ilocos. They adapted it because of their ancestors came from there. Okay, so he said the tradition which was revived in recent years is a social neighborhood event where people gather to commemorate their dead. In 1934, Ramos wrote in an issue of the Philippine magazine describing what was then called tombas. The candle-lighted tombas have been erected at a number of street crossings where groups of old people go about in the night praying for the dead of every household of he of every household thou. He wrote that inside the tumba are a small paper coffin with a praying angel-shaped paper lantern, ornamented plants, and benches where the people talk in low tones over basi wine and betel nut of the good deeds of those who have gone before. Okay, so here, aside from the decorations and prayers, another important aspect of the tumba is the atang or offering, which include rice, eggs, alcoholic drinks, fruits, vegetables, rice-based sweets, and even cigarettes. Today, traditional tumbas still exist due to the efforts of the local government in sustaining the tradition through the annual Tumba Tumba competition. Okay, so however, some have been converted to present horror and violent scenes which do not sit well with community leaders. In his in the Sunday Mass homily following Undas, the town's parish priest Father Roque Villanueva lamented the proliferation of horror houses during All Saints and All Souls Day in town and the conversion of a religious practice into horror-themed tumbas with prayer replaced by horrific scenes. Okay, so that's the rituals from the part of Zambales area. So moving on also to the ceremonies based from my research. The Aitas of Zambales have their ceremonies under the wedding ceremony. Okay, so the Aitas. Okay, so moving on also to the Aitas of Zambales ceremonies. They have this wedding ceremony whenever they celebrate this occasion. So it says there that the Aitas of Zambales, also in Luzon, have a totally different set of wedding practices. In the wedding ceremony, the couple eats from the same plate and they take turns feeding each other. Although monogamy is the rule in the Aitas culture, a man is allowed to have more than one wife if he can accumulate enough bandi, or bandi means a bride price. This bride price may include arrows, bows, bolos, or large knives, cloth, and money. The wedding day can only be fixed when the bride's family is paid the bride price. Okay, so wedding for them isn't all about love. It is like give and take. They paid the bride price for them to have that wedding ceremony. The Aitas practice about divorce also is when the bride price is returned to the man if the bride is at fault. However, it is forfeited if the man is responsible for the marital breakup. Okay, so that's the wedding ceremony from the some part of Zambales. Moving on again for other backgrounds, Wardens recalls Zambales town's religious roots. It is cultural attraction. Like for example is the Binabayani Festival of Masinloc, Zambales. Like the legend of Saint Andrew, the warden's death was named Binabayani from the Zambal word for bravery, had since earned a special spot in the town's history. Reenacted each year on November 30, the feast day of the patron saint, the dance had become a local must-see for both residents and visitors during the town fiesta. Okay, like in the epic battle of Old, the contending groups of Itas and Christians battled it out with spears, knives, and shields to the rhythm of native bamboo drums. The Christians, garbed in white outfit and sporting multicolored headdresses, clearly contrasted with the bareback Aitas, their skin blackened with charcoal applied with oil. The modern version of the war dance is gender sensitive, with at least 2 or 3 women participants in each group, the ladies armed with their own spears and knives. Okay, their tradition is year in and year out. The Binabayani dance is one that we look forward to. It's a tradition we cannot do without. Good businesses as well, it is for good businesses. It is believed that Binabayani dance is for locals. Also point out the Binabayani competition in turn had generated many tourists for Masinloc, some coming from as far as Manila and other provinces in central Luzon. Aside from the cultural value of the Binabayani, it makes for good business too. Okay, so to sum it up, in order for us to understand well the Binabayani Festival, it is a war dance between the Christians and Aitas that is performed on the feast day of the San Andres, patron of the town of Masinloc. The townspeople believe that by performing the binabayani, they are assured of a bountiful harvest. Okay, that's all. That's the end of my report. Thank you, and I hope you learned something from it.
Ang aking ibabahagi po ngayon ay tungkol sa mga tradisyon at seremonya ng mga taga Nueva Ecija. According to my research po is, ang Nueva Ecija ay pinagkalooban ng mayamang pamana ng kultura, ang paglawak ng Kristyanismo at ang pagdagsa ng mga migrante mula sa rehiyon ng Ilocos at Pampanga ay nakaimpluwensya sa pundasyon ng natatanging lalawigan ay nagsilbing tunawan ng iba't ibang kultura na humubog sa pamumuhay ng mga taga Nueva Ecija. Ang kanilang pagpapahalaga at espiritualidad ay pinapahayag sa iba't ibang natatanging paraan at tradisyon na ginagawang distrito ng Nueva Ecija. Bawat bayan ay maningning na pagdiriwang ang fiesta na nagpapakita ng pagpapakumbaba at debosyon ng mga tao sa kanilang mga patron. Pinakamainam itong ipinakita sa Biblia at Alyaga kung saan ang tanyag na ritual ng taong putik o nagsasan Juan, ipinagdiriwang nila ito tuwing kapistahan ni San Juan Bautista tuwing Hunyo 24 sa pagdiriwang. Sa pagdiriwang, tinatakpan ng mga deboto ang kanilang mga katawan ng putik at tuyong mga dahon tulad ng dahon ng mga saging, basta tuyong mga dahon. Yun ang mga ginagamit nila. At ipinagdiriwang nila ang Tanduyong Festival sa San Jose City, Price, ang Union Capital of the Philippines. Isang nangungunang producer ng sibuyas, bawang, kanin at gulay. Taon-taon tuwing ika-4 na linggo ng April, ang mga taga San Jose ay sumasayaw sa pangunahing lansangan sa isang makulay na kaakit-akit na pagdiriwang ng pagpapala. Sa araw ng pagdiriwang, ang mga kalye ay puno ng mga grupo ng mga mananayaw na nakasuot ng kapansin-pansin na maraming kulay at katutubong kasuotan ng mga kakaibang ritmo ng mga improvised na instrumentong pangmusika ay pumupuno sa hangin habang ang mga mananayaw ay gumagalaw at umiindayog sa takbo ng buhay. Kasama ang mga espesyal na aktibidad, ang paligsahan sa kagandahan, turismo at trade fair, seremonya ng paggawad at mga kultura. Yun lang po ang mga na-research ko.
Here in the Philippines, there's a lot of festas and I will just focus on Aurora's Festa. Aurora Day is held every February 14 to 19. So, yung festa nila inaabot ng 5 days or 6 days. Unlike here in Baguio, only 1 day yung festa natin and only panagbenga. 1 day lang yun. And the most awaited event during the celebration of annual Aurora Foundation is Carranza. Carranza is a street dancing competition. Just like Panagbenga also. Every fiesta they have activities like singing and dancing competition, parades of the 8 towns of the province with matching thematic floats and beauty queens. So each sitio or each barangay in Aurora, they have their one representative of queen. And also every February, the province of Aurora plays host the Aurora Surfing Cup. So ang saya pala makisali or makifesta doon kasi you're watching surfing and dancing people, ganun. In some place in Baler, Aurora, the zarzuela is an interplay of drama and dance. Like, every festa, may drama and dance. Yung drama is like, may script and may narrator, and tapos may nagsasadula abang binabasa. So, parang ang saya lang makifesta sa kanila kasi ang dami nilang activities, and siguro ang saya na sumali sa festa nila. And every February celebrates a hagisan activity which features the homemade suman. Siguro alam naman natin yung suman. It's fun because ginagawa nilang float yung suman and ipaparada nila sa parade. And it shows daw kasi na important sa agriculture nila yung rice, and yung suman is made up of rice. So, kaya nila pinaparade kasi importante yung rice sa culture nila.
Yun. Una po sa lahat, magandang araw. I will be the reporter for Bataan Ceremony and Ritual. Ngayon po ay pag-uusapan natin ang seremonya, isa sa mga seremonya na nagmula sa Bataan. At ang napili ko po ang Bataan Memorial Death March Open with Emotional Ceremony. Ito po ay ang 5 sundalo ng mga Amerikano na natira, nakasama ng mga Pilipino na nakipaglaban para sa ating bayan. Isa po ito sa mga seremonya na nakita ko from Bataan. Alright, let's proceed. It is honor to heroes of the greatest generation, the heroes of the Bataan Death March, to honor these 5 men right here and their comrades who are no longer with us, said Ward. In addition to Herrera, Kirkung, and Escarton, survivors attending included Harold, Bergbauer, and James Bolich. That's the 5 men na natira, na nakipaglaban para sa ating bayan, nakasama ng ating mga kasandaluhang mga Pilipino, na kung saan ngayon ay binibigyan ng pagpupugay o seremonya ng ating mga kababayang taga-Bataan. Okay, let's proceed po. Ward was addressing a record 8,639 enthusiastic military and civilian marchers watching the ceremony from a long serpentine starting line on a cold, clear morning with temperatures hovering just above freezing. Napakalamig. The marcher and a few hundred runners had traveled from all 50 states and 12 countries to participate in the march honoring U.S. and Filipino soldiers defending the Philippines from an attack by Japan that began from the day the attack on Pearl Harbor. I don't know kung napanood yung pelikulang Pearl Harbor, pero isa sa mga pinakamagandang pelikula na napanood ko. Anyway, let's proceed. After General Douglas MacArthur ordered the defenders to withdraw to the Bataan Peninsula, I should say, they held out more than 4 months in a malaria-infested region with scarce supplies and virtually no air or naval support until they were surrendered to Japanese force on April 9, 1942. Approximately 75,000 US and Filipino service members marched for days in scorching heat through the Philippine jungles. Napakalupit. Thousands died. Those survived the forced march faced years of hardship in prisoner of war camps. Ayan po yung istorya ng 5 sundalo ng mga Amerikano na kung saan sila yung natira sa pakikipaglaban na kasama ng mga Pilipino na ngayon ay binibigyang pagpupugay o seremonya ng ating mga kababayang taga-Bataan. Ayun po yung isa sa mga seremonyas na aking i-report nyo. Ayun, nagbabalik para sa aking reporter. Let's proceed po ulit sa ritual na nagmula din po sa Bataan. Ritual. Tribes hold ritual to end curse of Pablo, vow to protect environment. The name Pablo po which came from big typhoon, malaking bagyo na kung saan nagkaroon ng malaking dilubyong pamiminsala sa kanila, like landslide and flash flood. Ayun, let's proceed sa lugar ng Bataan. Tara. Barangay Andap, New Bataan, Compostela Valley, Minda News, 15 January. Visualizing Typhoon Pablo as a giant who cursed the people for failing to protect the nature. Ayan, yung pagkakasabi ko po kanina, kung bakit sila nag-aalay ng ritual. Mandaya tribe perform Monday a ritual to end the curse and reconcile with the Mambabaya of the Creator. Mambabaya is the Creator. Ngayon, they doing the ritual to reconcile. Para hindi na maulit-ulit ang sumpang ito na nangyari sa kanila, na ayaw na nilang maulit-ulit. The ritual led by the female Balyan or spiritual leader, Masandak Silat, took place in what used to be the center of his barangay, which is now filled with boulders after the flash floods and landslides brought by Pablo, ang dilubyong bagyo. A male Balyan in the other tribes of Mindanao also perform a ritual in support to his Mandaya counterpart. So, merong taga Mindanao din na nakikipag-merge or nakikiperform sa ritual na kung saan para tumulong din para mahatid at ang ma-perform nila ng mas maganda pa ang kanilang ritual. Said Alan Deli, Executive Director of SILDAP, Southeastern Mindanao, one of the groups supporting the event. Hundreds of lunads and visitors gathered around the makeshift altar on the boulders to witness the ritual, which Dato Carlito Maliganon Alejo of the Mangguwangan tribe. Mangguwangan tribe. Said is now very rarely performed. The altar held a piece of bamboo whose twigs were tied with red ribbons. A kilala plant which is sacred to the Lumans. And 2 bottles of beverage. Napakasarap ng 2 bottles. During the ritual, the woman by Balyan danced to the beat of drums and chanted while holding bundle of rice stalks. So, ayun yung ginagawa nila. And then, balikan ko lang yung picture kung makikita nyo sa screen natin. As you can see, may nakita kayong baboy na patayat. Yung mas maliit, puti. Puti na manok yan eh. Ang ibig sabihin ng puting manok ay sa cleansing. And then, yung baboy, pinapatay nila, ini-spear nila sa head. At yun yung pagiging sincerity nila at paghingi ng tawad na hindi na sila magiging pabaya sa kalikasan. Kaya ang mga katutubong ito na from Bataan ay hinihiling din nila sa ating gobyerno na wag din i-allow ang mga illegal logging upang hindi magalit ang bathala o ang kanilang tinatawag na Diyos o pinaghihingan nila ng tawad o pinag-aalayan ng ritual. Kaya nila ginagawa to. That's the ritual from Bataan. Ayun po, maraming salamat po. I hope na may natutunan po kayo sa inyong lingkod. I'm Regulo P. Diretso, the second ko. Maraming salamat po.